What's up, guys? My name is Silent. Thank you once again for watching one of my videos. I really appreciate you guys. I know there's not a lot of us yet, but I'm hoping that there will be more in the future. And I hope you guys really enjoy my videos and stuff like that. So let's get on with today's topic, which is IT. Yep, IT. You heard it right. A lot of people have been talking about IT. I would say that there's always this buzz around IT, maybe up until now because of the current situation there is, especially with all these layoffs. But let me tell you about IT in general. A lot of people think that IT is this, magical. Well, I don't want to say magical. That sounds kind of rude, but a lot of people think that IT is this job, where you can make a bunch of money by doing little to nothing. That's one of the stereotypes. I've heard many of them. I've seen many stereotypes, but IT isn't for everybody. It really isn't. IT is for some people only. One of the biggest things I've seen is people talking about, oh, if you like computers, if you like gaming, you're gonna love IT, which is not real. It's a myth. It's fake. Red sign all over the place on that one. I've experienced it. I've seen it. When I first started IT, well, let me give you my background of when I started IT. So when I got out of high school, I had no idea what I was gonna do, and so I went to my local community college and I saw that they were offering classes in IT, and so I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I chose IT at my community college because I saw that it was one of the highest working career fields or jobs that you could get at my local community college. It was either that or I want to say the other thing was I can't remember physical therapy assistant. I want to say, and the only reason I did not go to physical therapy assistants was because they had this rigorous schedule where you had to do things a certain way, and I didn't want to do that. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do IT. So I did IT. Oh, and another reason I did IT was because at the time I didn't think I was gonna go for a bachelor's degree in anything. Um, and so I heard that with an associate's degree in IT, that you could get your foot in the door. So that's what I did. So those are the two or three main reasons why I did IT. But yeah, the first few days, the first few classes I took, you meet all your fellow classmates, and you see that a lot of them came in there because they like computers or they like gaming, and teachers or parents or friends or even them, they thought, oh, well, I like these things, so I think IT is good for me. But that's a big myth because IT does involve computers, but it's not just computers. A lot of it is customer service based, and that's where you really have to investigate before you go into IT because everybody just has this myth, and it's just not true. I had the myth as well. I was like, oh, it's computers, and no, it was not just computers. Like this IT is a whole science behind computers. It's literally how computers were made, the programming language, everything about it, hardware, software, anything at all, It's much more complicated than what it seems. Even to me, when I first started these classes, I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna drop out. But I didn't drop out because I said, well, I mean, I'm already here, so, I have to give it a shot. And so I give it a shot, and what is it, 3 years later? I finished my associates, my bachelor's, and I have like a full-time job in IT. But it's not something I love. It really isn't. And a lot of those students or people who enter these classes because they like computers or video games, or because they had seen that it could make good money. They a lot of them left. There was like 20 people in my first class, and by the end of maybe half the semester, there was like 5 people left. And at the end of like the whole course, because it was a program, At the end of the whole program, there was like 3 or 4 people out of like that 30, 20 um, person count, you know, program. There was only 3 or 4 people, and one of them was me. And that's all right. If you don't like something, you can get out of it. But for me, no, I don't say these things to brag. I'm not here to brag about. Oh, I have a bachelor's. Oh, I have an associate's. Oh, I have an IT job. Oh, I'm making good money. No. The reason I did all this was because I need money in the first place. I mean, I still do, and that's why I'm working in IT. But the second reason is because I learned a good lesson, in IT. Either ways, it's if you try your best, if you try your hardest, you will get somewhere. And so, even though I don't like IT, at least I have a job. At least I have a career path somehow. I think I will find myself in the future somewhere different than IT. I don't think I'll stick around in IT for a while, for long, you know. But for the meanwhile, it's okay. It's not bad. I'm doing my best with what I can. Another thing I want to touch base on real quick is these programs. I don't know if you've seen them on TV, on the radio, online. All the ads you see them. It says in 6 months you can become a cybersecurity analyst. You can become a network specialist. You can become a AI analyst. Because I've seen a lot of AI nowadays. And you'll make tons of money. You need no experience at all. This is all fake. Maybe the program is for 6 months, but you're not gonna get a job being a cybersecurity analyst, an AI analyst, or a network specialist in 6 months after completing the program, and you won't be making that much money because, like with any other job, you need a lot of experience with this. Usually, when you finish a program, or even go to school and finish the school degree or program, you start off at the way bottom, which is help desk, which is basically just customer service with computers. So please, if you do enter one of these programs, don't believe that you're gonna make a lot of money or you're gonna get a job real quick, especially now because there's a lot of layoffs now from the tech industry. Um, don't believe these things because they're lies. You're always gonna start at the bottom, and this is true for every career. Every job. You're gonna start at the bottom no matter what. So if like your intention is to go in IT and just like make a lot of money, like when you first start out, it's not gonna happen. You're gonna have to be patient with it. Now the second thing here is the job. When you start in IT, whether it be with a college degree or with a program with certifications, some people don't have a degree. They'll go with their certifications. They'll take these special certifications, which I'll talk about in a bit. But anyways, no matter how you get the job with certifications, with a degree, you're gonna end up at the bottom, and that bottom is gonna be help desk. Now, help desk is it's the basic thing. It can really depend on the organization and where you work at. What help desk consists of. Now, usually help desk will consist of resetting passwords, creating new users, all of that stuff. And a lot of these jobs, a lot of these first jobs that you get in IT are going to be a lot of customer service based jobs. I know a lot of people think that you're not going to deal with customers, but this is very, very false. You're going to deal with a lot of customers. It's like working at a store, you're going to deal with a lot of Karens, basically. And that's just how you start out. And if you live in a small town, if you don't live in like those big cities, you're gonna deal with these people a lot. It's not just gonna be when you first start out. You know, the higher you get, even if you're like maybe let's say I don't know a network engineer or something, you're still gonna be them because you're still gonna deal with a lot of customers because since your organization is small, there won't be people. You might be specialized, but you still gotta deal with people. Whereas if you were in a large organization, you wouldn't have to deal with people as much. You're basically a jack of all trades and master of none. You're going to be doing a lot of different things. You're not gonna master them all, but you're gonna be learning a lot of new things, which is great. You're gonna experience these things, and as you progress, as you get this experience, you'll get better positions, which is awesome. It's like career path for IT, I would say. And so here's another thing about the customers when you deal with them in IT. So the clients you have in IT, a lot of them don't know a lot of things about IT. They don't know a lot of things about computers, about how networks are, about how internet is. Some of you know, some of you guys maybe who are watching this video might not know about these. And you know what? That's okay, because you didn't study this. It's just like me. I didn't study what you were working in. Right now, I worked in what you were working in. So I have no idea what your job consists of or why this is that, in your career. And that's all right, But the issue here is that there's a lot of people who don't know about IT, and they really feel like they know IT. They're like, oh, but this is so easy, Why is it taking you so long, They get really mad. They're like, oh, what's this? What's this easy, Like, why are we hiring you if you can't do this? Or why do we hire you guys if everything works, Stuff like that. You're gonna get a lot of this stuff. And it's very annoying because users really don't know how difficult it is to do some stuff. So for example, say an email, they send an email, and well, it's easier to send an email, but behind that email, you have to have a lot of things, so that email can send. You need records, you need checks, you need filters, you need to set up servers for the email, stuff like that. Now, some of you might say, "What is all this?" I know it because, well, I studied IT, but you don't know it, and your average person on the street might not know it, and that's where the fine line comes in. They don't know, but they think they do, and they want stuff done quickly and fast. And a lot of times you have to, you either have to tell them you can't do it, or well, basically you have to educate them that you can't do it, why you can't do it, and you have to find like a workaround on what you can do. Many times they'll get mad, and I mean that's just it is what it is. At the end of the day, that's how it works. And so another thing is where you first work at. A lot of people first start working at an MSP. Now, an MSP is short for a managed service provider, and what this is basically a company that will do IT for a number of companies. So, say for example, I work in I don't know, California MSP. That's my made-up company, and so this MSP does IT for, say, Save Mart, for Walmart, for Target. So it has a range of different customers. And usually it's a lot of customers. It's like 50 or 100 more companies, and they're all over the world. It's not just locally, but it's all over the world. It's all over the US, all over other countries, around the world. And so there's a lot of pros and cons to this if you ever enter an MSP. For the most part, they're bad. They're not good. Okay. Um, they're good because you're gonna get a lot of experience. You're gonna get to experience a lot of stuff, a lot of technology. You're gonna see and do a lot of things. But the bad thing is that a lot of these MSPs are not run correctly, and you will get burnt out quickly by them. If you end up in a good MSP, then you might get burnt out still, because well, you're working with a bunch of different clients, but it'll be enjoyable. But for the most part, they're all bad. I can tell you this because I work at an MSP. My boss works at an MSP, my old boss at least, and it's just not good at all. There's no organization. There's a lot of customers. Um, there's customers that are like, I guess they're preferred, and you have to deal with all their stuff, deal with like how they are and stuff like that. And yeah, the goal of an MSP, at least for me, or at least for me, the goal of the MSP is to stay there and work there for a couple of years, for your career. Now, the max I would say is 2 years. And I say 2 years because 2 years is enough experience to hop onto the next job, If you like if you like the MSP life, because some people do, some people like quick, fast paced environments. If you like it, then you can stay there. But for the most part, many of us do not like it. So we just stay there for 2 years and then head on over to the next job. And so that's another trick is if you want to make money, if you want to get a raise, especially, what you want to do is you want to stay at a job for 1 or 2 years and then hop over to the next job. Or if you don't like the job, do the same thing, just hop over to the next job. Um, you don't want to do like 1 year, 2 years is good. Every 2 years, that way the companies don't really flag you for being a jumper, I guess, if you could say so. You could say it that way because that's not good either. Then they won't want to hire you. Now, if you start working at a private company or say even a public, even for the government, that's even better. But anyways, if you start working for like a company, not an MSP, but an actual company, or for the government, then it's better because you have one client. You're working with one set of people, one single organization, and this is where you're gonna learn all of their ups and downs. You're gonna learn all of their technologies, how they function, how they work. You're gonna do your best to like meet their needs, and it'll be way less harder to satisfy what they need. Another thing I want to mention is the type of coworkers you'll have, but I think this is really for any type of job. Um, but I just want to share my experience with IT. So the coworkers, there's gonna be coworkers that really don't care about IT. They're just there to for the paycheck. Um, which it's okay because some people aren't they're not they're more of a family person. They're not a working person. But the issue here is that a lot of people don't try um, in IT, and you can tell because they won't do the job right, or they'll just, do whatever they want, and then they may cause more work for someone else at a higher level, which isn't fun at all. So even though I'm not interested in IT, I don't try to make more work for others because even though it's not my passion, I don't want to like do more work for other people or make more work for other people because I'll feel bad. I mean, one thing is to not like IT, the other thing is to like mess up people's day, by causing more, work and stuff like that. And so a lot of people don't understand that, which sucks because there's really good people out there who have to do more work for those who don't care. But again, this is something that I believe is not really only for IT. I feel like it's for everybody because I've heard stories from other people who mentioned the same thing. So yeah, take it down with a grain of salt, I guess. And another thing I wanted to mention, I did mention earlier in the video, is certifications. Now, certifications they're hard to explain, but basically in the gist of it, they're like a mini program, you could say. There's many different types of certifications you can do within IT. What these certifications do is that they test your knowledge in your basic computers, networking, security, anything, you name it. And when you get the certification, it tells the employer that you're working for that you're an expert in this category or this field. Now, I'm not sure if other careers have these certifications. I'm pretty sure they do, some do, but it's just like an extra step for IT. A lot of places, even though you have a bachelor's degree, they might still want you to get one of these certifications because they want you to be a pro at a certain thing. The most basic is CompTIA. CompTIA is the company or the organization that does a bunch of certifications, but the most basic out of all of them is going to be CompTIA A plus, which is just a basic computer knowledge thing, a bunch of random stuff, by the way. But yeah, I'd say that certifications you can get are networking, cybersecurity, server, programming, and the basic computer one I told you about. And so this is an extra step in the IT field career. If you want to be good, you have to do this too. So this is why I say that if you enter IT, you're gonna have to dedicate yourself to a lot of learning beyond the program or beyond what you degree you studied, and that's why you should think you should think more in detail before you go into IT, because when you're in IT, you have to learn a lot. You have to keep on wanting to learn, because technology is always growing. Computers aren't what they used to be 10 years ago. 10 years ago, a computer could do some stuff, but it doesn't do what it does now. Now you can talk to the computer, you can write on the computer, you can do 3D on the computer, all that good stuff. And back then you couldn't do that. And so for people to maintain those computers, they have to learn, keep on learning over time. If you don't learn over time, you're gonna fall behind, and you won't be able to find a job in IT. So you really have to want to learn. You have to be someone who likes to learn, and likes to be better every day at it. And so that's pretty much the main gist of IT. I just wanted to share this video because I know there's a lot of people out there who will go into IT because they see a lot of ads. They see a lot of people talking about IT. Their friends tell them, "Oh, hey, IT is good. You should try it out because you're gonna make money, or you're gonna have like a good job and stuff like that in the beginning." And there's just much more to it. So I hope this video really helps some of you guys out. If you guys are exploring IT, if you guys want, you guys can comment down and ask whatever you guys would like, and I can answer you guys. I'm happy to help you guys. My goal has always been to help others. So if you guys have any questions, comments, you guys can tell me about them, and I'll be happy to help you out. As always, thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.